Hello everyone, welcome back. The first innings is over and Bangalore looked like they were down and out at one moment when AB de Villiers and Virat Kohli got out. But after that, a flurry at the end in the last over by Chris Morris and Isuru Dana gets them past 170 and it's a really good total in the first innings. I don't know if it will be enough, but it's still a defendable and a respectable total. Bangalore bowlers have done a fine job in this tournament so far, and it'll be another great match to watch as Punjab chase it down. KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal will shortly step out to the middle, and KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal will shortly step out to the middle, and it'll be interesting to watch. It'll be Chris Gale along with KL Rahul most probably. Very interesting how Chris Gale steps out to the middle today, how he performs. We've been wanting him to come into this side for a long time now. He's finally there. Can he set the stage on fire? We'll have to wait and watch for that. Just a few minutes away. Till then, let me read out to you the best tweets of first innings, as we always do. First tweet is from Pradeep Bedra. Good that RCB is backing all rounders on their batting. Can't expect Kohli ABD to do the job. Always need to be ready for all situations. They did back their all rounders, but they weren't able to pull it off. Washington Sundar and Shivam Dube, of course, they were sent in ahead of AB de Villiers, expecting that they would provide some fireworks. But apart from a couple of sixes by Shivam Dube, there was nothing to look at, and Washington Sundar did fail to gather momentum and was never really able to catch on. So I don't know if it was the best decision to send out the two left-handers before your best batsman, because as the saying goes, you want your best batsman to face the most number of deliveries, and then that did not happen. And that's why he got out really early. You can't expect him to just come in and start bashing the bowlers. He also needs some time at the crease. I'm talking about AB de Villiers, of course, and Washington Sundar and Shivam Dube. The experiment was not worth it, I think, in the end. But it might be a good thing to say that Bangalore trust their all round batsmen, that is Shivam Dube and Washington Sundar, their bowling all rounders. Then let's move on to the next tweet by Tejas Pujari. Though KXIP have struggled while batting, RCB cannot take them lightly. They have Gale, Rahul, Mayank, Puran, Maxwell, Huda today, and surely they are capable of chasing any total. I think they have been fairly capable of chasing any total down in this tournament, but their batting has let them down, especially Glenn Maxwell and a few other batsmen down the order. Nicholas Puran has performed in intervals. He's not been that consistent. They have been too much dependent on their opening duo, that is Mayank Agarwal and KL Rahul. Today, they'll definitely want to turn this around. Punjab, as they work out to the middle, they need to win all their games unless something drastic happens. If they win all their games, they will stand at 8 wins after 14 games, but that looks like a far fetched equation right now. Uh, as the second tweet goes by Tejas Pujari, is right. Chris Gale is there, KL Rahul, Mayank Agarwal, Glenn Maxwell, then Nicholas Puran, of course, he's been vital for Punjab in some of the games, and Deepak Hooda makes his entrance today instead of Mandeep Singh. I still felt Mandeep Singh was the better option, but they have gone with Deepak Hooda. He can also hit a long ball. On his days, he can be as destructive as any other batsman. So the onus is on the Punjab batsman now. The bowling has done a fine job, except that last over by Mohammed Shami, where he basically ruined his really tight spell. Let's now look at the scorecard and how Bangalore fared in the first innings, and also the Punjab bowling. 171 for 6. It didn't look like they'll cross 170. Mohammad Shami gave away a lot of runs in his last over, and that's how they were able to cross that 170 line. Aaron Finch did look in the best of touches again, 20 of 18, got bowled by an absolute jaffa by the leg spinner Murugan. Ashwin Devdutt Particle was looking fluent at the start of the innings, had got his timing right, but an Arshdeep Singh delivery sticking in the wicket, and he played a shot early hold out to Nicholas Puran at covers. 18 of 12 for him, a boundary and a 6 for him. Virat Kohli again was looking really good. Started well with 3 boundaries and then just kept taking those singles and singles and singles. He was 21 of 13, as I remember. Then he ended up at 48 of 39. It was a good innings, I think. He needed to save his wicket from one end, and of course Virat Kohli never gets bogged down, and he always keeps rotating the strike. He always forces the pace of the scorecard. That's what he did today, and it was a good innings. I think he failed to carry on till the last over, but again, Chris Morris and Isurudana did a fine job at the end. Washington Sundar was sent out ahead of AB de Villiers. A lot of people were skeptical about that decision, and the experiment didn't pay off. One boundary for him, 13 runs of 14 deliveries. Then again, another big surprise was Shivam Dube was sent out. He only managed a couple of sixes, 23 of 19 for him. Then finally, when the man himself came out, he got out really early, just after facing 5 balls. Only managed a couple of runs. AB de Villiers, after AB de Villiers, of course, Chris Morris, 3 sixes for him and a boundary. This is what he's known for. Coming down the order, playing 7-8 deliveries, strike rate very high, over 200 on this occasion. Chris Morris has been an absolutely fabulous addition to this Bangalore side, picking up 5 wickets in his first 2 matches, and now also doing the bat with the job. Doing the job with the bat, beg your pardon. So Chris Morris, he is a jewel for Bangalore. Isuru Udana managed a 6 with his bat, 10 of 5. His contribution also won't go ignored. Then let's talk about the Bangalore. Let's talk about the Punjab bowling card. Glenn Maxwell did a fairly fine job. 4 overs, 28 for none on a Sharjah wicket. You'll take that any day. Mohammed Shami, his first 3 overs were absolutely fantastic, but in the fourth over, leaked runs to Chris Morris and Isuru Udana after taking the wickets of Virat Kohli and AB de Villiers. So your day can turn around in a matter of balls. Arshdeep Singh was decent again, 2 overs, 20 for one, couldn't complete his quota of 4 overs. Ravi Bishnoi went for runs in his 3 overs, 3 overs, 29. So KL Rahul did resort to him for the fourth over. Murugan Ashwin was the pick of the bowlers, 4 overs, 23 and a couple of wickets. That two important ones. Aaron Finch and Washington Sundar. So these were two good wickets for Murugan Ashwin. Also, economy less than 6 runs per over. So he did a fine job. I think they should have played him earlier. I really didn't get the rationale, the reason behind playing Krishnappa Gautam instead of Murugan Ashwin. Murugan Ashwin played the last game at Sharjah as well, picked up 3 wickets along with Ravi Bishnoi. I had no clue whatsoever why they went towards Krishnappa Gautam. Chris Jordan made a good comeback in this tournament. He's been expensive in the 3 games he's played so far, but this was a good statement from him, and his death bowling was back on track today. 3 overs, 20 for one for him, and that's the scorecard for you. Bangalore getting to 171 for 6 in their quota of 20 overs. That last over would be the difference in this game because they have gone back with momentum on their side, and that's what you require in this game. After the first innings, maybe after 19 overs, Punjab would have been the happier camp. But after the 20th over, the last over, it's even Stevens again. And Punjab batsmen are now the flag bearers, of course. The onus falls, and then KL Rahul and Chris Gayle will probably step out to the middle. KL Rahul wouldn't want to bat at number 3, and most probably it's going to be Mayank Agarwal who will occupy that number 3 spot. After that, of course, you have Nicholas Pooran who will bat at number 4. Glenn Maxwell, I don't know when he will fire for Punjab. Today might be his day. We've been saying for that for quite a few days now. But let's see, can Glenn Maxwell do it for them today? They have got close to the finishing line on a number of occasions, but they're able to cross that line. That's been Punjab this season. In some games they've looked down and out, but in most of the games they have been very close to victory, and they've let themselves down on more than a couple of occasions. So this time they'll be hoping that they can turn around this campaign. player stepping out to the middle. Punjab batsman will be out there shortly. The opening batsman. It's tough to say that can Punjab chase this total down. I think it's not such a low total, and that flourish at the end from Chris Morris has got Bangalore into a really good position now, 171 on the board, and they have brilliant strength in their bowling armory. Their bowling artillery, along with Chris Morris, Isuru Udana, Yuzvendra Chahal, and Navdeep Saini, Mohammed Siraj. So they have got a long bowling lineup. They have a lot of options right now, and definitely I think they will be looking to defend this total. This was Yuvraj. I'll see you at the end of the match now. Keep watching Sports Tiger. Let's see, can Punjab chase this down?